this evening we gathered together so that we as a community of faith could come together and offer up a time of prayer in light of what had taken place over in Southampton over the past few days. Many are aware that a young lady had lost her life, Miss Stubbs, to violence, and we felt that there was no way possible that we could continue to sit still and have violence taking place in our community so close and not be a part of and reach out. So on last evening, my wife and I had been talking, and we had been praying, and knew that there was something that we needed to do. And God had given vision that we would try to establish a new ministry called COP Zones. And we're going to try to talk with some commissioners as well as the sheriff and see if there's a way that we in the community of faith believers can partner with the police and establish COP Zones. COP Zones is the acronym for Communities of Peace. And we want to post signs on the various communities, and community faith groups as well as community groups can establish a walk through the neighborhoods and put up signs showing our connectedness one with each other. In light of all the tragedies that are taking place, we have black on black crime, we have black on white crime, white on black crime, blue crime on black crime, and so many things that are happening in domestic violence that's taking place. But at the core of it is violence, and the violence is affecting all of us, regardless of which area that we come from. And when we see that one is hurting, we all are hurting, and something has to be done. And we in the community of faith believe in the power of prayer. So we got together as a few community leaders. There was Elder Foreman that came together, and Pastor Walton. Pastor Walton, you want to say?
Yeah, it was certainly our hearts grieve for the tragedy that just took place, and we grieve for the family. However, we can't let these tragedies stifle us and immobilize us. And times like this is when we have to show action and come together and fight back against all the evils that are presented to us in the society in which we live. So I personally will support anything that will help to protect and support our communities, to grow our communities out of these situations that they're in, and lead anybody else who wants to go that way and that route. So I will be working with Pastor Moore as best we can, our church, and see that our communities are lifted up.
Amen. And again, too, it's paramount that we come together as a community, because again, this is not about Black Lives Matter, it's not about White Lives Matter, it's not about Blue Lives Matters. It's about every life matters,
right, all lives.
And every life is of sacred worth. So we're not pushing our respective churches or denominations, but we're coming together as a community. And the goal is that even in the future, if we're able to establish these COP zones, that as a community might want to have a sign posted at the entranceway of their community or on a stop sign that says COP zone, that we can mobilize and come together regardless of which area we come from, whether it be community of faith or even if it's a community association, that we get together and come together and do a march and walk through the community, not proselytizing, but just lifting up the spirit of community and being in oneness. Truly, if one hurts, we all hurt.
Yes.
And today was a powerful experience for us as we were able to walk through the community, and we were able to pray at various places. And even as we prayed at Sister Stubbs' house, no one was home when we initially began, but as we had concluded our prayer, Sister Stubbs' son and daughter came home, and we were able to be even in a sense of community with them, and just to see their gratitude of knowing that while they've never been to any of our churches and while they're of another faith group, that they just appreciated us coming out together and being in oneness with them and empathizing, that healing did take place. So it was very powerful for us. And really the church today needs to realize that without the community and without being in the community, the church will fail. So again, we were just honored to be able to be a part of the community today, and just to see us all coming together, and look forward to future projects in the future.